Hi, this is to answer one of the questions Barb asked me about work. And what I'd like to talk about is why I can't work, or the challenges around why it is that I can't work. Just to give an example, today I've been up since 5. It's quarter to 10 in the morning right now. I'm still in my pajamas. I had a very hard time getting up today because my doctor and I are trying to change my sleep medication. I've had a pretty specific sleep routine up till now, and that's changing, and it's throwing a wrench into everything. So, to answer your question, Barb, about work, I contacted an agency here in New York State called VESID, and they help people who have any kind of disability find employment. And she had all my medical information from my doctors, and the caseworker, when I talked to her, I really felt it wasn't going to go anywhere, and this was a few months ago in the summer. I basically told her that I would like to ease back into a work environment and see how I would do, starting just like 1 hour a day. And we had this conversation about starting very slowly and seeing if I can adapt to a normal work environment. And we did talk about me working out of the home. And when, I can do medical transcription, but there are a lot of obstacles. And as far as the VESID caseworker goes, she just basically looked at me cross-eyed, and it didn't really, I haven't heard from her since. I haven't contacted her. It just seemed like they weren't going to be able to help me with the type of disability that I have to ease myself into a work situation to see if I can function. I did contact somebody who has like a little kind of eatery thing to see if I could volunteer there just for an hour to see if I can just function. And she said yes, and I'm welcome there. But the thing is, I relapsed, and a relapse is going below baseline, my baseline, which is like an okay level of functioning. My baseline is being able to get up slowly in the morning, have a very slow morning routine, change my clothes by noon or 1, and everything requires effort. Changing clothes, brushing your teeth, the things that when you're well, you take for granted, everything requires energy. So by the time I have have been washed and have my clothes changed, it's going to be like 1 in the afternoon. And so the point of talking about a relapse is, if I'm in a relapse, I'm rarely functioning before 3. And today I decided to do this video in in a rougher state of being, because I've been trying to do videos when I'm feeling really good or feeling better, but that's not the reality. The reality is days like this, where it's late morning, I can barely walk around the apartment. How am I going to work, So I want to work because the disability that I'm on, I'm below poverty level, and we live in a capitalist society, and things cost money. And it's hard hard to be below poverty level. I consider myself very fortunate, however. I've had a lot of lucky breaks along the way. I've been able to buy good food and buy supplements, nutritional supplements and vitamins. But so, you know, wanting to increase your income is still a very real part of life in this society. But with chronic fatigue syndrome, it's very unpredictable. And if there's any like wrench or curveball that is thrown into your life, whether it's physical, whether it's like a big chemical exposure or a small chemical exposure, an exposure to anything that stresses the body, any emotional extremes, positive or negative. Let's see, what else? You know, any disturbances like in intimate relationships, anything that can cause stress, really knock your legs out from under you and can set you back. And you can't predict those things. So I hope this answers the question why I'm not working. I'm moving in about a month or so, and getting prepared for the move is, I mean, I'm just overwhelmed physically and emotionally, and there would be no way I could begin to even think about any kind of work. I am even telling people, you know, I may not be able to talk to you on the phone because I have to be so vigilant about how I parcel out my energy right now. Somebody called me the other day and I said, you know, I can only talk for a few minutes today. I have to be really careful with my energy because I have this move coming up and I have to do things, you know, and it's not like I have 100 people lined up at the door volunteering to do my laundry and help me pack and stuff like that. It's just, you know, you gotta figure stuff out on your own. So, in my case, it's very complicated. It sounds like such a simple illness, chronic fatigue syndrome. It's actually very complicated. It's very multifaceted in the effects in one's life, physically, emotionally, and socially, and spiritually. I mean, it's so multifaceted, and the disabling features of it as well are multifaceted. If I worked in an office, I couldn't have the fluorescent lights over my head. I would get so tired from that. Like within 10 minutes, that would knock me out. Well, this is just to shed some light onto the obstacles. Today's probably going to be a bit of a rough day. I feel sick to my stomach. I'm very photosensitive right now. Tomorrow may be better, and it probably will be better, but when the sleep things change and the schedule changes, it can really make things much worse. Even daylight savings time can really throw me for a loop now. Thanks for watching. Bye.